Hey guys,
What's up?
how you doing? Thanks for joining us again for another video. So we're at our Airbnb property and we're here doing some routine maintenance work, and we thought it would be the perfect time to do this video. Why we invested in real estate and how you can too.
Big up yourself, Groovy as a subscriber of ours. She actually left a comment, right? And we thought it the perfect time to actually address that comment. I just want to also use the opportunity just to big up everybody that have subscribed to our channel before, leaving those likes, those comments.
Yes, we really appreciate your comments, guys.
Yes, sharing the content. It really helps, right, to grow this channel. And again, we just want to say thank you. The channel has really grown a lot so far. We just want to continue to share the positivity, share our experiences, give some tips.
Yes.
Right, and also for us to learn as well, because this is a community that we want to use this platform to help to build each other in a positive way. Because actually there aren't a lot of YouTube channels I've seen around centered on like Jamaican family life, general tips, how we as Jamaicans can actually grow and to be more prosperous.
I'm Cassandra.
And I'm Adrian.
So in this video, we will be sharing with you some of the steps that we took to actually obtain a real estate property. And we will also be giving you some tips.
Right.
Some steps that you can take to make the process a little bit easier if you do decide to go this route.
Right, so stick around. Alright, just watch and remember to hit that like button.
Yes.
And to subscribe if you haven't subscribed before.
Yep. We are not experts. We are not qualified in real estate. So the information that we're about to share is basically from our own experience that we've garnered from
hands-on experience, basically.
Yes.
Just doing it, daily doing
Exactly.
stuff, acquiring property, setting up Airbnb. We've learned stuff over the time, and we're willing to share. Alright,
so the first thing that we thought of talking about is why we decided on this type of investment. This is the number one type of investment. This is one of the safest types of investment as well.
Right.
So when you look at property, real estate is one of the best things that you can actually invest in. Like hands down, you can invest in property, leave it there, come back in 20 years, do nothing, not even a bush. Just leave it. Come back in 20 years and you've garnered a couple million well. So investment in real estate is like one of the biggest things. In fact, we wanted to highlight some of the companies in Jamaica that have actually been investing in real estate. So that's one of the big things that's happening now in Jamaica.
Right.
Companies like Sagicor.
Alright, so Sagicor investment, I'm sure people who travel to Jamaica frequently or who live in Jamaica will notice this, but Sagicor have been big on real estate in Jamaica.
Yep.
You talk about Sovereign Village.
Yeah.
Sovereign Village in Portmore, that big plaza, that's one of their prime real estate right now.
So that property is a commercial property, but by no means are they only investing in commercial property, but they're actually investing heavily in residential properties, because that they have a lot of revenues to gain from that, a lot.
And then what they do is invest in real estate. They make 3 times, 4 times the amount of money that you put in, and they give you a fraction, like an increment, percentage-wise on your money.
Exactly, and a lot of the funds in Jamaica, a lot of the investment products that are being put out by our investment companies are like unit trusts, like products that basically you come put your little 1 cent in, and everybody 1 cent come and float the basket, and then they use that money, that lump sum of money that they've garnered from a lot of persons to invest in properties. So basically, what are we saying? In summary, we are saying that property investment is huge. There is it's a huge market, and there's room in it for growth. There's room in it to increase and to multiply your money. So that's one of the reasons why we chose to invest. We have been using our residential property as an Airbnb, and one of the main reasons why we chose to do this is because it's a safe investment. We chose a property that was newly developed, one that was in an ideal location, and that we also saw had the potential to grow in value later on. So basically, when you invest in real estate, you have the ability to not only gain money now, but you can also gain money later.
All right.
So,
like for example, Sagicor, they are big right now in real estate investment. They are just an example. All right. You look at the plaza, a lot of the big plazas around right now. Sagicor actually, they are the main investors in a lot of them, and even close to us, the Sovereign Village, they were the ones that invested in that place to build it, right? So over time, that plaza will gain a lot of value,
yes.
Right? So the investors will be happy, Sagicor will be double happy. Yeah, man. So that's just another way how we can actually invest in real estate. We are using residential property, but a lot of people with more wealthy people or companies, they actually invest in commercial real estate, commercial property.
So in Jamaica, and I'm guessing a lot of the places in the world as well, commercial real estate have very high value. So you would mainly find persons who have greater
cash flow,
greater cash flow, being able to invest in those properties. But as I said before, small persons with limited funds like ourselves can actually invest in these properties by investing in investment houses like Sagicor, where we can pool our small sums together and still get a piece of the pie. But we're talking about what we did, which is residential property, and that is a lot more reasonable, a lot more attainable in terms of small person.
Right, but before we even go into attainment, right, just gonna give you some examples. Like for example, just in terms of how to, even without you doing anything to the house, like not Airbnb, just owning the house.
Just an idea as to why this is a valid type of investment.
Right. Okay, back in 2007, when Caribbean Estate just came on the market, right, those houses were going for 7.odd million Jamaican at the time. That's 2007. Fast forward 13 years. Only 13 years down the line, look on, those houses are now being sold for like $20 million.
Yes.
So that's $13 million being made on a $7 million investment.
Which we did our work them time, then, people.
Yeah, man, trust me, man. I tell you, like, it's crazy looking at that 7 million to 20 million in 13 years.
No, I'm not saying, no, we're not saying that you must invest in a new development. We're not giving you any requirements at all. What we're saying is investment in property is usually a very good investment, usually. Right.
We've got that out the way, right? Now, when you add Airbnb investment to that, so basically you have a property that you are already making $13 million off just by owning it, nothing less but owning it. You make $30 million off it in 13 years. So that's basically $1 million per year when you look at the appreciation. Now, if you add Airbnb to that, say for example, now you furnish that apartment, right? And you host short-term
rental. So you use your property for short-term rentals like Airbnb, or are using other platforms.
So that's double your money. So you're making, understand?
So it's a win-win. It's a win-win. You can gain money now, and you can also gain money in the future. But by no means are we saying that if you buy property, you must use it as a rental. You can people have varying reasons to buy property.
Like for us, we are using this to help to supplement our income, right? You can have your property, you can do long-term rental, right? Depending on the mortgage and whatever other type of other type of expenses,
and your ability to commit, because you have to be able to commit to the type of business that you're investing in.
Right.
So if long-term rental is for you, go for it. But if no rental is for you, it's still a valid investment. So if you buy a property and you do nothing to it, as we said before, you didn't rent, you didn't nothing.
Probably just have your family living in the house. Or using it for your vacation home. So whenever you choose to come back to Jamaica, you have that place. So you have it set up, right? And you have probably somebody maintaining it. Whenever you come home, you have somewhere comfortable to stay, right, that place is still appreciating right then and there, right?
So it's a win-win. That's why it's the #1 type of investment.
Right. And there are a lot of upcoming developments, right, in Portmore and the wider Jamaica as well. Caribbean Estate 2 in Portmore, Royal Pines, right, Shooters Hill, Bernard Lodge development. All of these developments are some gated communities that will be coming up very soon, right? So you can definitely look to own one of these, whether it be for you to live in for yourself, right? For rent it out, whatever the case might be. It is just a good, it's just a good investment to own property, right?
And you can always invest in pre-owned houses. So I know a lot of the places that Adrian mentioned before. So a lot of the places that Adrian mentioned before are actually new developments.
Right.
But you are also able to go and invest in pre-owned properties. Now when you're investing in properties, there is no constant price value. You have to know what you can afford, how much you can invest. And you find a property based off of your ability to invest.
Right.
So for example, if you have $5 million to buy a house, then you have to look in the $5 million, $4 million, $3 million category. You have to find a property that fits your
budget.
cash or your budget description, right?
And of course, to these developments that I mentioned before, the prices vary.
Yes.
Right, from probably 5 million Jamaican up to in the teens, right? Probably 16 million. So that's a wide range, you know, a wide price bracket for that will probably satisfy a lot of persons.
And just to say that property investment is not getting old in Jamaica anytime soon. In fact, it's a sector that is growing and has a very promising future in Jamaica. There are housing needs in Jamaica, and I think that a lot of persons are willing to satisfy those needs. So it's not going away anytime soon.
There are lots as well for sale in Draxall, St. Ann. This is a nice community, and it's like a hillside.
So if you want to build it yourself, there are lots available.
Right.
Lots will also be available in Shooters Hill as well. So there are just a lot of properties around, a lot of areas for investment in Jamaica.
There's also another development called Camelot Village Discovery Bay, St. Ann. The Gore development will actually be undertaking that development.
Yep.
Right, so you can Google the name of these developments and find out more about them. So like the developers and so on. You can get more information online, or you can definitely leave us a comment and we will definitely assist.
Yeah, so we by far not exhausted the list,
Right.
but the idea that we are putting out there is a valid, is an investment in property is one of the best things that you can do with your money.
Right.
And if you are interested, go out there, do research, develop your budget, start talking with your bankers, and that brings us to our second point,
Right.
and that is how to
finance it.
Yes.
Right. There are a lot of mortgages around. Right. The various banks around, they provide mortgages. I know that the Jamaica National, they have a mortgage promotion going on where they provide 110% financing. All right. The National Housing Trust, the government's NHT, they offer loans at a ridiculous interest rate. They're talking about 4% interest rate. Up to they offer up to they started April this year with that new interest rate. It actually took off a whole percentage point off of the previous rate. Alright, and they offer mortgages for like up to $6.5 million. They offer mortgage. So you would basically then take the remainder from a bank.
So basically what you can also do is you can take all the sum from NHC, and you can also partner with a private entity like JNV, VMBS, any of these commercial mortgages around. You can partner with NHT and these mortgages to actually fulfill the entire amount that is needed to purchase this property. So you can do a combination, or you can go with one or the other. All right?
I know there are a lot of persons from overseas as well that are watching our content are probably wondering how they would be able to take advantage of the NHT loan, for example. NHT does offer financing for people that are living overseas. You can actually start an NHT account from whichever country you are around the world. You just have to have someone here to do the necessary paperwork, because they actually have a facility in place, a particular application form for persons that are living overseas to get their NHT accounts regularized. And you can actually pay up the necessary contribution, because normally NHT will tell you that you have to be contributing for a year before you're eligible for a loan. So what you can do is get the application forms, get your account regularized, and pay up your monthly contributions for a year, and then you will be eligible for a loan. Alright? How long does the process take? The time will vary, but I would say give it 2 months in terms of getting all the paperwork in place and pre-approvals, having the bank do all your paperwork. Because there are a lot of paperwork, but these banks, they are versed with this. They do this every day, so they'll actually make the process seamless for you. So give it 2 months and everything will be ready. And in fact, if you're buying property from a developer, the financial institutions actually, they link with the developers to have everything streamlined. So when the property is ready, the mortgage will be ready. Alright, so you wouldn't even have to worry too much about the loan processing, more than you just submit the application and everything else will be sorted out on the back end. So you wouldn't have that headache at all.
So step-to-step guidelines. 1, you identify your budget. You have to have a budget. How much money can I spend? What price am I? How much can I afford to invest in a property? 6 million, 10 million, 20 million. You have to determine that. The second, will I be using an institution to fund this transaction? If yes, then you have to get pre-approved. If you're using NHT, any private mortgager, you have to get pre-approved by that mortgager. This is best practices, okay? For smooth sailing, get pre-approved. Get pre-approved for a specific sum, so you know exactly
how much you qualify for.
You are qualified for. Then you can move into finding a property.
Correct.
You can use a real estate agent, or you can go ahead and do it yourself.
The advice that we would have for anybody that would want to invest in an Airbnb property is ensure that the property is located in a good location. Location is key. All right, ensure that that property is close to wider amenities. Right, ensure that that place is accessible. All right, please do the maths. Don't be impulsive. Plan your way through. All right, ensure that the maths will add up. Ensure that at the end of the day, your expenditure, that is your mortgage and other expenses that you need to keep the property running, is below what you'll be getting at the end of the month from renting, right? And ensure also that that profit is feasible for you. It's what you would work with, all right?
So basically, you have to make your business plan. It's a business.
Right.
Do a business plan, ensure your expenses, work out your expenses versus your expected income, and how that works out. What is the profit margin? How can you see the business prospering even in difficult times like the ones that we're seeing now?
Right. And again, I'm happy you mentioned this, because now the economies are just now beginning to open up back to a level. The governments around the world, they are now talking about opening up their boundaries again. All right. So for us, we have begun to see some bookings again, which is great. But even before then, we were still able to maintain our property without any bookings at all. So you should ensure that at the end of the day, whether you have guests or not, your bills can still be covered. All right?
Business is business. So once you're entering in business, whether it be real estate or any other business, you have to ensure that your books are correct, are balanced and are correct, and that your business can survive.
Right.
All right. And when it comes to property, especially in Jamaica, you have to look at the viability of the community that you're investing in. So if you're investing in a community and the community is crime-ridden,
red flag.
You're investing in a community and you have to look at the overall population of the person who live in that community, the owners, what are they like. That's one of the pointers that we looked for when we were looking to invest in real estate. We looked at the community, the type of persons who lived there. We looked at if they were working class. How did they maintain the community?
Right.
So this was before we actually found a new development. But before, when we were looking for property outside of a new development, we were looking for basically how is the community, how is the residents that live there, how do they maintain their houses, what is the age of the population, what is the environment like.
Right.
Okay.
And ensure that it fits what you are looking for at the end of the day. Thanks for watching. Alright, if you haven't subscribed before, please hit that link right here to subscribe, and we'll be adding other videos as well on the screen. Our Airbnb tour video will be here as well. You can definitely check that out. Alright, peace out. Hit that like button.
Hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time we drop another video.
Alright, bye.
Bye.